Good morning. Good morning. So today we are going to be talking about headspace. And the reason we're talking about headspace is because a few months ago I asked my clients what are the main benefits, of yoga. Some of them had been coming for years, and I was curious, what you come to yoga every week, what do you get out of it? And one of them straight away answered, "Oh, it's so much easier to make decisions. It's so much easier to approach things calmly." I was, "Oh, okay, why do you think that is?" She was, "Well, I can think. I can think." And she carried on to explain that she works in an office and she's got during the day to make quite a few decisions, with work. And then she gets home and there is stuff at home, the kids, the pets, whatever. So basically, she's on the go all day, like a lot of us are. A lot of us, we get up in the morning and by the time we get down, after getting ready, it starts. We've got to make decisions about breakfast for us, for others, about going to work. Then we get to work, we need to make decisions with that. And we get home, and there's another whole set of stuff that we need to deal with. So that for her, before doing yoga, it was all like non stop. The way she explained it is that she could not hear herself think. Those were her words. She couldn't hear herself think anymore because there was so much going on in her head all the time. And the one thing she noticed from starting to do yoga regularly was that she had more headspace. She could approach things calmly. She could make decisions with a lot more ease because there wasn't so much noise going on in her head. Now, that's not why she started doing yoga. She started doing yoga because she was feeling a bit stiff and she was feeling a bit achy and she wanted to feel more comfortable in her body. So when I asked her, oh, what was the main benefit from coming to yoga regularly, I was expecting her, to say, "Oh, I feel so much more flexible, I can move so much more easily, da 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 da." And all of that came up after. But the main thing for her was the fact that she could approach things calmly and make decisions more easily. And I thought, well, that's interesting. That goes to show that you can come to a yoga practice, thinking, oh, this is what I need. I need to feel better. My hip is a bit stiff, my back is a bit stiff. That's why I start yoga. And then you realize a little bit further down the line when you're asked that, you know what, this is fine, the hip is fine, the back is fine, but more importantly, I can think clearly. And that has made such a difference to my life. And I think a lot of us can relate. We all live busy lives, don't we? 21st century and all that. We all are juggling work of some kind, family of some kind, a house, and the responsibility that comes with it. A lot of us are in that sandwich generation with the children underneath and the parents or grandparents higher up and you're kind of in the middle. So a lot of us have got a lot on our plate. So there is no wonder that for that lady, for that client of mine, discovering that she had so much more headspace was the main thing for her. And so today I wanted to share with you 3 practices that can help you easily and quickly, because as I said, we're all busy, so easily and quickly can create some of that headspace for you. Okay? So the first one is balancing postures, balancing practices. So for those of you who have done yoga before, you know that if you want to do any balancing, you have to focus. You can't do balancing while thinking of what you're going to cook for dinner or what you need to go and pick up in Tesco or whatever. You can't. You need to focus. You need to look at something still in front of you. You need to still your breath. You need to still your mind. And then you have a chance at balancing. So the good thing with that is that when you practice balancing, in order to balance, you have to calm your mind down. And our mind, our brain, works a little bit like a muscle. We've got that muscle memory. I was funny actually yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, I had the cars MOT. And when I went to pay at the end of the day, the contactless thing didn't work. So I put the card in and I had to tap the PIN code. And as I was putting the card in, I was, oh my God, I don't remember the PIN code because everything I buy at the moment is contactless. So I hadn't used that PIN code for months. But so I put the card in, oh my God, I don't remember. And then I put my fingers on the keypad and immediately, tack, 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 they typed in by themselves the PIN code, muscle memory in my fingers. And when you do that's how it works. When you do something often enough, your muscles remember it and they will automatically do it when they are asked, when they are required to do it. And the brain works like that. If your brain is used to being busy, 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 and full of stuff, that's its default. That's how your brain is going to work. If you want to have more space between your thoughts, if you want to have a chance to hear yourself think, if you want more headspace, you need to train your brain to do things differently. You need to train it to slow down, and you need to train it to focus on one thing at a time. Okay? And when you balance, that's exactly what you're doing. So what you can do a classic balance posture. You can do the tree, for example. Most of you know the tree. You stand on one foot, hands are either above the head or at the heart, and the foot, so you stand on one foot and then the foot of the other leg is resting against the standing leg. So that's the tree. So you can practice that. You can have a go at that in the morning or, at specific time. Like, for example, you can set your alarm on your phone to write, okay, when that goes, I'll do the tree. Or you can do it while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, or while in conversation. I have a tendency to stand in the tree, randomly in the kitchen while the kettle boils, so that works. So basically what I'm saying is you want to do some balancing regularly to create that pattern in your mind to focus on one thing. So you can do the tree, or you can just do standing on tiptoes. That is balancing. You can stand on tiptoes and then take a little step forward with one foot and then the other. Little step back with one foot and then the other. All of that is balancing, and all of that is going to require you to focus your mind, to focus your brain. So the first thing you can do to calm your brain, to have a bit more headspace, is balancing. Second practice is mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is a bit of a buzzword, isn't it? So what is mindfulness? Well, mindfulness is very much being fully absorbed by what you are doing at any given time. So let's say that you are brushing your teeth. You are brushing your teeth mindfully by feeling the brush on your gums, on your teeth, by tasting the toothpaste, by listening to the noise of the brushing, by thinking only at what you are doing. This is mindfulness. Same thing if you are going for a walk. You are mindful by feeling the contact of your feet on the floor, by smelling the air, by listening to the birds or to whatever noises come. So mindfulness is taking a full awareness to what you are doing. Most of us were not used to it. We do something and our mind is somewhere else. So what you can do is pick one thing. So you can pick brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, doing the washing up, something that you do every day. And one of those times a day when you do it, try and do it mindfully. So let's say you're brushing your teeth, as I said, you pick up the toothbrush, that you really are aware that you're picking up the toothbrush. You squeeze the toothpaste, you really are feeling into that. You're not thinking of what you need to do after, no. You're really focusing, you're looking at the toothpaste coming out and falling on the brush and da 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 da. Then you run the water on the toothbrush. You start brushing and you feel into the brushing. Your dentist might thank you as well, because if, like me, you've got sensitive gums, it's going to stop you from brushing too harshly if you do it mindfully. So that might be an added benefit if you've got sensitive gums. So that's one idea. You can do that brushing your teeth. You can do it, as I said, brushing your hair. Or you can decide to take the first 2 or 3 mouthfuls of every meal mindfully, where you really focus, you really look at your plate of food, you look at the colors, you look at what is on your plate of food. You take a little bit of food on your fork or your spoon, whatever it is, put it in your mouth, and you chew, and you feel the chewing, you taste whatever it is you're eating, and you really focus on that. You don't have anything in the background, you don't have the radio, you don't have the TV, you don't have a book in front of you, you're just focusing on eating. I would say for that, do 2 or 3 mouthfuls like that. If you want to do a full meal like that, honestly, well done. I've never really managed because, well, I just haven't. It takes too long. So I tend to do a few, like the first 5 mouthfuls, I will do them mindfully and then I'll eat. I like to read while I'm eating, which I know is not great from a mindfulness point of view, but I like reading. So that's another thing you can do. You can do that eating mindfully, walking mindfully, anything. Anything you do, you can do it mindfully. And it's that same principle of focusing your mind completely on what you are doing. Okay? So to create that headspace, which is what we're talking about, to create that space between your thoughts, to make life easier for you so that you can approach things more calmly and not get so overwhelmed. Because that's another thing. When we have too much in our mind, a little drop, like, for example, Mom, what are we eating tonight? Could be enough to make you explode because there is so much and you don't need that little drop. You don't need that extra little thing. So being able to create that little space through the practice of balancing and mindfulness can really improve your life altogether. So you don't feel so overwhelmed, you don't feel so reactive. So balancing, mindfulness. Third one, relaxation. Relaxation. Taking the time to really relax. Okay? And when I say relax, I don't mean watching Netflix or having a chat with friends or anything like that. I mean, all of that is great. But they are not relaxing at a deep level. They're distracting, they change your mind and stuff, but it's not properly relaxing. It doesn't relax your body. When I say relaxation, I mean actually doing a deep relaxation, a yoga relaxation. Because what that does is that it really relaxes your body at a much deeper level. It's going to relax you at a physical level, first of all. It's going to almost switch off your brain, so that you don't think during the relaxation. You're just listening and being guided to it. You don't think, you kind of surrender to everything. And again, it's that practice of just letting things happen. So with the balancing and the mindfulness, it was the practice of focusing on one thing at a time. With the relaxation, it's practicing not being so reactive. It's practicing just letting stuff happen. So I would suggest doing one relaxation a week. Because they take a little bit longer, and again, as I said, we're all busy. If you can do it more than once a week, go for it. I mean, personally, I try and do it every day because I know I need it. I'll talk about that later at another time, but I know I need it, otherwise I get a bit too stressed. So I try and set aside 20 minutes every day to do a relaxation. But I would say doing it once a week would be a great starting point. So if you go on my website, treelightyoga.com, in the free resources, you've got a link there to a guided relaxation, seated relaxation, so you can give that a try. Otherwise, if you want, in my membership, there is already a few guided relaxation of various lengths, and that you can do. And I can promise you that during relaxations once a week, it's going to change your life. It really is. Because one of the things you realize when you start doing relaxations is that the likelihood is you are more tired than you think you are. You are more stressed than you realize you are. Because we are so busy that we don't actually take stock of exactly where we are And if we don't pause, we don't actually realize that we need to relax, we need to rest. So doing that relaxation once a week, it's going to create space in your mind. It's going to make you feel more energized. It's going to make you feel more spacious. There's going to be more space in your mind. You're going to be more freedom in your mind. You'll be a lot less reactive. You'll have more place to think, to reason, to make decisions. Okay? So those are my 3 tips. So what did we talk about? So first of all, we talked about that even though sometimes people come to yoga because of aches and pains, it can be surprising that the main thing they get out of the yoga class is of a regular yoga practice, is that headspace, is that ability to approach things calmly, to be a lot more on the ball, a lot less reactive, a lot less overwhelmed. And there are 3 things you can do to achieve that easily. Number 1, balancing poses. Number 2, mindfulness practice. Number 3, relaxations. If you do those 3 things regularly, I can promise you that you will have more headspace, you will be more relaxed, you will have more ability to think, to be present, and you will create that headspace that we all need. Now, what I love about those 3 techniques is that they are super short. As I said, you can do balancing while waiting for the kettle to boil. You can do mindfulness while doing something else, because that's what mindfulness is about. The relaxation is a little bit more time consuming, but again, all you need is 15-20 minutes a week. So in my membership, I've got loads of little techniques like that. So if you want more than what we've covered today, I suggest you go and have a look. I'll put the link in the comment. If you go and have a look in there, you can sign up, and immediately, as soon as you sign up, you get access to recordings of really simple, quick techniques to help you relax, to help you de-stress, to help you create more space in your mind. You get access to those relaxation I was talking about. And then at the same time, every month, you get a live yoga class and a live meditation class. And if you need any kind of ongoing support, you've got any kind of questions, you can always contact me, and I'll assist you as best I can. You'll get ongoing support with that. So there you go, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Bye.